Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a beautiful, wonderful day. I hope you're doing well, you are safe at home. Now quickly, I was fasting for Ekadashi yesterday. It was the most beautiful day ever, just like today. And a lot of people actually got back to me saying, how do you fast, why do you fast, why should we fast, and what are the basics of it, what should we know, what do we expect, what do we eat, how many hours do we fast for, and all of these things. So I just quickly wanted to sit down and film a video on this because there is already so much of information out there and most of it is correct, but I just quickly want to give you my opinion on it. And fasting is one of the most restorative, therapeutic, medicinal, and free of cost, inexpensive, rejuvenating, detoxifying, like I'm at a lack of words here. It's one of the finest things that you can do to your body, for your body, and you don't need a doctor or a dietitian or some healer to prescribe you fasting. We are meant to fast, okay? We have this inbuilt mechanism, just like how effortless it is for us to be able to sleep. That is how easy fasting is. It's inexpensive, it's free, and it's medicinal at the same time. And that is why we say, your body already has all of the things it needs to keep you up and going and keep up the ebb and flow of the body and life until you hinder that process. So fasting is brilliant, I highly recommend it. But just a quick disclaimer, if you are someone who is diabetic, if you're someone who is dependent on insulin, or you have to regulate your blood sugar levels, if you're someone who's going through chemotherapy, radiation, or if you're someone who's just taking multiple medications and all of these things, I would suggest just consult your doctor or your dietitian before you start fasting. Otherwise, fasting is brilliant, okay? Now, so I think back in 1879, Thomas Edison was the one who patented electric bulb. So that was the time when, now is the time when you want to do something in the middle of the night, you can do it because now we have light. But before that, the life was different because there was no light. So anything you have to do it with the sun. And as soon as the sun sets, you just have to relax and be in bed and chill and maybe have some community group gathering things. You dance, you sing, and then you're just off to sleep, okay? And I think that was one of the most beautiful ways to live, because back then people were not dying of cancer the way they are dying today. So something has to go off, and most of the times it is in the way we live. Of course, it is our environment which we are the ones responsible for, but at the same time, it's it's about change in the outer environment and the inner environment. So back in the day, as soon as the sun sets, people did not eat, they used to be in bed, they used to do their own thing, and there were no phones and everything. So the body was very much in harmony with nature, and we are products of nature. So the more we try to create disbalance in this system, and the more you are up all night and not just following the basics, your body can go off. And we are not supposed to be eating every 2 hours or every 3 hours, and this whole system of snacking and just wanting to eat and having granola bars and energy bars and eating 5 meals in a day to keep your metabolism up. That's not how it works, and I'm just going to quickly tell you the science behind it. So understand, when it comes to fasting means abstinence of eating, okay? There is no eating. Now, fasting can be of 3 types. Fasting can be dry fasting can be water fasting can be black fasting, and fasting can also be the fast that a lot of religions practice, okay? And if you look at it, every religion has some kind. I think abhi Ramadan chal raha hai, so I think every religion has some sort of thing that keeps them into fast. And if you look at it, it's not just religious and spiritual. Of course, there is that side to it, but at the same time, the things that it does to your physical body, our physical body, is miraculous. No one can do this. This cannot be induced. Your body can naturally do it. I think for fasting, all of us just need one thing, and that would be to shut down your logical mind, use your common sense a little bit, and just have the correct mindset. So I would say correct mindset is the number one thing when it comes to fasting. Oh, I want for science to prove it. Oh, I want to see the research paper. Oh, I want to see the best people doing it. Oh, you have to see for, some celebrity to practice and push forward intermittent fasting, then you are going to be able to fast. It is our nature to complicate everything, and we don't do it, and we will always put our logical minds to everything, okay? But fasting is so natural to us. Everyone can do it. You look at a child, you look at animals, you look at plants, they are not eating all day, they are not having granola bars and energy, and they are in much better place than you and I are. Not every cow you will see going up and down and getting their vitamin D3 IVs and B12 IVs and drips, right? That's not how it works, because we are the ones who have ruined it for us, and we can fix it via fasting. So people will eat like a pig, they will just go all out, and they will eat, and they will binge drink, they will have alcohol, and then they say, oh, I am going for a retreat, I'm going for a detox, and I'm going to detox, I'm going to get my colon cleansed, and they will just, if there is organ failure, they will get the organs replaced. But your body is naturally meant to heal you, your body is naturally meant to fix these things for you, your body is naturally meant to clean everything for you, get rid of the toxins that we ingest, that the body naturally produces, that is your endotoxins. But you have to allow your body to be able to do it. You have to give your body the space to fast. So we are always eating. So always remember, when you are eating, the insulin spikes. So always remember, when it comes to the blood sugar levels, it always wants to be stable. Anything in the body, it always wants to bring the harmony. So if you look at your insulin levels, you look at your blood sugar levels, everything has to be in homeostasis. Otherwise you will have consequences, you will have symptoms, sometimes very acute, sometimes chronic, but there are going to be consequences. Okay, so when we speak about eating, you eat, the blood sugar spikes, the insulin comes out, and it's going to like normalize the blood sugar levels, and it's going to put the glucose in your cells and everything, which is great. We need it. Insulin is a hormone, it's amazing in good quantities, it's amazing, we need it. I'm not saying insulin is bad, but when you are eating every 2 hours, you wake up, you eat something, 1 ghante ke baad you eat something else, then you will have your breakfast, then you will have your mid snack, then you will have your lunch, then you will have your evening snack, your evening tea, then you will have your dinner, and then if you have to be up until late at night, you will again have your midnight snack. So eating 9 times in a day, or eating even 5 times in a day, you exhaust your pancreas. So imagine अगर आपने किसी वर्कर को अपने लिए काम करने रखा है, and वो काम कर सकता है दिन में 3 बार 4 बार, और आप पूरे दिन उसको काम देते रहते हो, पूरे दिन काम देते हो, पूरे दिन काम देते हो. So ultimately there comes a point when that person will stop responding, the person will stop just listening to you, because you are overworking, you are making them overwork, and they are not supposed to work that much. So this whole myth of eating 5 meals in a day and it will up your metabolism is not a fire. Okay, metabolism is just the balance, again, balance between your catabolism and anabolism. Even if this goes out of whack, you will have consequences. So what is hyperthyroidism? It is just either it's catabolism or anabolism, and there is no metabolism. That is why some people will lose weight, some people will gain weight, they will be constipated, they will have diarrhea. Why? Because there is no balance. And how do you create such dysfunction inside your cells and body? By eating pathetically, by sleeping pathetically, by having negative emotions, by not respecting nature, by not respecting body, by insulting yourself. So it creates a havoc, and you need to create the space for your body to be able to heal, because we have this inbuilt natural mechanism to heal our body, to heal ourselves, to heal the brain, to heal the emotions, to get rid of the toxins. We can do it. We don't need a medicine, we don't need a diet, we don't need a retreat. We can all do it naturally, but we are so busy, and there is so many things available. There are these shakes and just chips and biscuits and all of these refined things and packaged foods and everything. It creates a havoc inside the system. You're not supposed to eat so much. And always remember your insulin. Just I'm munching on almonds. Don't munch on almonds. Eat something if you're hungry, if you have a certain condition. Of course, exceptions are always there, but just try to keep it as simple as possible. Just eat your good 3 meals in a day, and you are good to go. You don't have to eat 5 times in a day. Now when we speak about fasting, so we have 5 eliminatory organs. You have your skin, the lungs, we have liver, we have the kidneys, and we have colon. So skin is your largest, but colon being the most smartest according to me. So always remember, even if the liver is detoxifying, so liver also has 2 phases of detoxification, where it is going to convert your fat soluble toxins into water soluble, so that it can come out of urine, it goes to the kidney, it gets filtered. We need it, it's brilliant, but everything eventually, how does it leaves your body? It does definitely, a part of it comes out from your colon, and you excrete it in the form of a fecal material. So many people are always chronically constipated, or they are dependent on laxatives. So just imagine your body is holding on to toxic material, fecal material, that's not supposed to be sitting there, but it sits there for days and days and weeks and months, and then you think I will get a colon irrigation and it's going to be fine. But that irrigation is also going to take care, remove the good things that your body needs. It's also going to remove the electrolytes that we need. You can drink all the water in the world, but if you do not have electrolytes, you are going to be severely dehydrated. Drinking water is not just about drinking water. It's about the electrolyte balance. It's about the sodium potassium pumps that we have. So you are not supposed to eat, and your body is naturally you are not supposed to eat so much, and your body is naturally equipped to handle the toxins that we do have. Because you have to remember, okay, not everyone is down with cancer, not everyone is down with a disease. Even when we say the environment is contaminated, yes it is too polluted, yes it is, there are excessively of herbicides, pesticides in the food, 100% there is, but there is something that keeps me fine and that makes you sick. So you have to sit down, you have to look into it, and you have to do something about it. And that is where the miraculous medicinal therapeutic fasting walks in. So the best thing of fasting would be, always remember, again, try to be with nature. As soon as the sun sets, the digestive fire, the agni that we have goes down. When it goes down, that naturally means you're not supposed to eat. This is also the time when your leptin, that is your satiety hormone, is going to be at its highest, so that you don't feel hungry. Now this is a natural process. Again, leptin is a hormone, ghrelin is also a hormone, insulin is also a hormone. So if you are someone who just wants to eat, I just want carbs, I want sugar, I want to eat, I'm always hungry, I'm always hungry, I'm always hungry, you are looking at hormonal imbalance. And it's not normal, it's not funny to say I'm always hungry, okay? If you're just thinking it as a joke, I get it. But if you're actually physically hungry, even when you eat good 2 to 3 meals in a day and you already always need something to munch on, there is something known as leptin resistance, and you must look into that, okay? So your body is naturally supposed to slow down when it's evening. Your body naturally winds up, it will detoxify when you sleep. You wake up, the sun rises, the agni, the digestive fire of the stomach also rises, and you can digest the food very easily. But now we have our dinner parties at 10, then at 12, then we celebrate birthdays and we eat cake, and then we go to bed at 6. Just imagine, when something is so sorted and beautifully and is in tune with nature, how bad are we disrupting this cycle? This is why I never recommend in my meal plans that eat at this time, but I always focus and touch upon this one thing, and that is, I would suggest eat before 8, eat before 7:30, eat before 7, don't eat post sunset. But I understand it's not always possible, but you always have to do your best to keep it around the sunset as much as possible. So this is known as circadian fasting, okay? A lot of people talk about this as time restricted feeding window, eating window, intermittent fasting, which is all great. Again, intermittent fasting has also been converted into fad, and people have like detox juices and black coffee and tea and honey water and everything, and they say they're still fasting, the bulletproof coffees and everything. Again, everyone is out there to sell you something, because when it comes to fasting, how do you make people fast? Okay, how do you sell something if everyone is fasting? So you have to sell them something that's not going to break their fast, because people are dependent on things. Because we are so we all just do not want to be uncomfortable. Discomfort is something that we just don't want to experience, okay? In older times this was not the case, but abhi there is the slightest amount of discomfort and there is a pill to fix it. There is the slightest amount of emotional trauma and there is a chocolate lying in your fridge that is going to fix your emotions. That's not how it works. We are getting too comfortable. We are getting too comfortable with everything. And that is why when there is a slightest amount of discomfort, when there is something known as healing crisis, that is known as the detox symptoms from the body, people can just not take it, It's so uncomfortable. I need a pill to fix me. I need a doctor to fix me. I need a dietitian to give me a detox diet, okay? That's not how it works. Your body can naturally do it. You don't need me to tell you that, hey, don't eat post sunset and start eating when the sun rises. But this is one of the finest things to do. So like 12 hours of fasting, eat a good meal, make sure it has good amount of fats, because that is going to keep you going. And 12 hours of fasting is something, I think there has been a recent study, it's just been out, it was done on animals, and there is this pathway known as JMGD3. You should look out for this pathway and just see how the genes, how it works at the gene level, and how the molecules changes and how your body gets rid of toxins. It's miraculous. You should look into it, okay? You should look into this pathway. If you're someone who is a nerd and is a little geeky about biology, you should look into this. But again, everyone is waiting for science to prove things, but in this case science has already proven it. Research work has already been done. There are some beautiful studies coming out that has done research for 30-40 years, and it speaks volumes about how therapeutic and medicinal fasting can be. People actually have, like, they are in remission, and they had cancer, diabetes have been healed, arthritis, autoimmune disorders, joint pain, backaches, low immunity, everything has been taken care of with integrating fasting. So I'm not saying just fasting, understand my word, I am saying integrating fasting as a part of their lifestyle. So they also sleep well, they also eat well, because a lot of people, again, fasting, they will start losing weight, okay? They will just not start losing weight, they will want to lose weight. So their intention behind fasting is, I want to lose weight, that is why I'm fasting. The intention behind fast will change the way fast works, okay? So I am doing Ekadashi fast because I want to lose weight. Don't put the name of Ekadashi, just do your fast, okay? Just do your own thing, but don't ruin something that is so medicinal and therapeutic, because again, everything can be sold in the name of weight loss, but that's not what weight loss is, okay? You can't lose weight to get healthy. You need to get healthy first, and the weight loss is just a bonus. The burning of the fat is a bonus of a beautiful, brilliant, amazing, disciplined lifestyle, okay? Now, fasting and starvation, they are two entirely different things. So if you are someone who practices intermittent fasting, which is great, I recommend it, you should do it, but I hate it when people use it to lose weight, and I love it when people use to, I just want to be fit, I just love the way it makes me feel, I just love the energy it gives me, I just love the way I look when I look in the mirror, because you will glow extra, you will glow when you are fasting, and it works magically. You will sleep well, you will wake up with energy, because this notion that you need to eat a banana and you need to have your coffee before you work out to get energy, it's bullshit, okay? Some people might need it, I'm not entirely against it, but when your body naturally has the potential to create energy, why are we dependent on things to get energy? And do you understand, when you eat a banana or 2 bananas, that spikes your insulin, and when your insulin is up, you can never lose weight. Insulin is a fat storage hormone, it's not a fat loss hormone. That does not make it bad, because you need it to, otherwise you will be in hyperglycemia, so you need that, but in minute quantities, and it does not has to be peaking through the day. There has to be a peak and trough, it has to be balanced, okay? So when we speak about fasting and starvation, people who fast at 6 in the evening, then one day 7, then one day 8, then one day 10, then one day at midnight, then one day at morning, that's not how it works, because now your body thinks, am I fasting or am I starving? And when your body thinks that it is starving, it is going to put on fat, it is going to hold on to fat, because it thinks कल को कुछ बुरा होगा, कल को कुछ famine होता है, कल को कुछ drought वगैरह आता है और मुझे खाना नहीं मिलेगा, मुझे energy नहीं मिलेगी, so what will I do? Where will I go? I need to store the fat, I need to hold the fat, hold on fat, right? And also there is insulin spike, so that's just going to store more fat inside your body. But when you are not fasting, so again, people who are fasting by drinking 3 fruit juices in a day and 100 smoothies in a day and detoxifying and having pomegranates and fruits and apples, and they say they are fasting, I'm sorry, you are not fasting, you've been mistaken. That's not what fasting is. Fasting is abstinence of food and water. Given the situation and the weather we are in, I recommend you have the water as well. But again, the most beautiful thing about fasting is also that our body can naturally produce metabolic water. Our body is naturally capable of producing ketones, which is a great fuel for the brain along with glucose, and your body can naturally make it. So our body can make up to 1 liter of water that we can't probably get in the market, your Fiji water and your sparkling water and all of these fancy bottles that come for excessively high prices. Your body can naturally produce it, your body can naturally do it for you. So you don't even have to go out and get a prescription, and you don't have to be filthy rich to get the best quality of water. You can allow your body to naturally do it. So something as simple as 12 hours. Now see, 14 hour is great, 16 hour is great, 18 is brilliant, just fasting for 24 hours once in a month is brilliant, but you have to decide what works for your body. I would say practice something that is sustainable. Now again, I have personally experienced that when I fast for 16-18 hours, eventually your hunger goes away, craving goes away, the need and want to eat goes away, which can be detrimental because your body also needs nutrients. So when you are fasting, you are not eating, and when you're eating, you cut down on calories and you don't have, balanced amount of proteins and fats and carbs. That can again put you into starvation. So for your body to be able to heal you when you are fasting, your body needs the nutrition, okay? Your body needs the fuel in your eating window. So let's say आप शाम के 6 बजे से लेके सुबह के 6 बजे तक कुछ नहीं खा रहे हो, उसके बाद you need your nutrition. So you can't just have a burger and then start fasting again. Where is the nutrition? Everyone is focused on the macronutrients, carbs, protein, fat, carb, protein, fat. Why is no one talking about sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, selenium, zinc, iron, phosphorus? Why are we not speaking about this? We need the micronutrients, we need the trace minerals. Even if the word says trace, it means that we still need minute quantities of it, and all of our diets lack in it. That is why we are sick, that is why we don't get better, that is why we have leg cramps, that is why we have headaches, that is why we can't sleep, because we don't have micronutrients, because you're so focused on getting your 150 grams of protein of the day that you don't even bother eating your vegetables, eating your fruits, eating your nuts and seeds and wholesome grains and everything that works for you. Okay, so you need the basic things. So again, your body will always think it is starving if you yo-yo between your fasting time, but if you just pick up circadian rhythm, sunset to sunrise, I suggest nothing like it. It is the most beautiful thing to integrate in your lifestyle, and do it. Okay, again, when you will start doing it for the very first time, and let's say you're someone new to it, there might be some healing crisis. Your body will say, oh, I am hungry, but I'm hungry. Just maybe take a sip of water, okay? Maybe take a sip of lukewarm water and just try to breathe into it, try to ease into it. If you are physically hungry and your body wants to eat, nourish yourself, feed yourself, give yourself correct amount of balanced, nutritious, healthy food. But sometimes it's just, maybe you are thirsty and you feel you are hungry because you're so used to eating. Okay, because we are so used to thinking that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Yes, it can be for some people, but not for everyone. So you have to see what works for you and integrate it according to your lifestyle. Okay, if you want to have your breakfast and lunch, and if you don't feel hungry at the time of dinner, you can skip the dinner. You can also have your breakfast, lunch and dinner, and you can still fast. So it's up to you, and you need to realize and make a schedule that works for your lifestyle. You are traveling, you are always busy, you need to take calls, and you are working in the morning and all of these things. That's okay. For fasting, all you need is a good mindset and your body. That's about it, and you can fast. Now, should I fast when I'm working out? Some people, actually I would suggest when your body is like, just fat adapted, and the metabolism, and it's just, it can work with fat, and if you do have a lot of stored fat and everything, the fasted workouts is one of the finest ways. Like, just do it like 3 to 4 times in a week, and you will see amazing results when it comes to fat loss, because it works beautifully. And just like, I'm not saying, say, having a banana and coffee, if that is something that works for you, have it, but just think about it logically. Your cells are naturally capable of producing cellular energy. We have mitochondria, and we all have these macromolecules. It reacts with the oxygen, we get energy, the ATP. Okay, we can work with it fantastically, and it works beautifully only if you allow it to work for you. Okay, you have to allow the body to work for you, to heal you, to detoxify you, to rejuvenate you. So constantly eating hinders that process. And that's why I say eating 5 meals in a day is something I don't recommend. And just imagine, eating 5 meals in a day is a task. You always have to think about, oh, ab ye khana hai, ab ye khana hai, ab ye khana hai. But when you have to fast, you have so much of more time and so much of more energy, because you're no longer concerned with, oh, I have to eat every 2 hours. Now you have the time and the space for your own body, and you can do something else, you can think about something else, you can do your meditation, pranayama, yoga, whatever it is, the path that you have chosen that makes you feel the best and gives you a bliss. Do that, follow that. Our life is not always about eating, and when you eat it with enjoyment, eat it with joy, eat it with just, that the food is nourishing your body and soul. But also, not eating helps. So when we are eating, the 75 to 80% of the energy goes into the digestive system, just to absorb, assimilate, and just digest the food. But when we are not eating, and when the body does not always has to focus on, all of its energy is not, at a place where it is just digesting the food, it can actually put all of these energy into your body, and it can heal pain, it can heal aches, it can heal wounds, it can manage your blood sugar levels, and everything can be achieved because your body can naturally do it, only if you don't hinder the process. your immunity increases. So the neutrophils and lymphocytes, their action has actually been proven that their action increases your T regulatory cells that takes care of the inflammation in the body. At this point, I can't name one disease whose cause is not inflammation, and fasting is one of the easiest ways to bring down your inflammation, because your body can naturally do it. So fasting would be brilliant if you have an inflamed body, which most of us do. Even if you're not ingesting toxins, there is something known as endotoxins that can make your gut permeable, that can make your brain leaky, and all of these things are connected. But you don't have to get into science. I'm just giving you the most basic prescription, that is fast and don't eat. If you are someone who gets headache, if you want your morning cup of chai and everything, now again, if you have your tea, if you have milk, if you have black coffee, if you have lemon water, ACV, it breaks your fast. It brings you into liquid fasting. And with coffee and tea, it's detrimental. You're not supposed to be drinking tea and coffee empty stomach in the morning. I can't tell you how many patients I see who have major acidity issues. They have major constipation issues, and the only fault that I can find in the quinoa and the avocados that they eat is that they are just having tea empty stomach in the morning. You know, your body is so acidic all throughout the night. It has been working detoxifying. Now you wake up and now you put a stimulant which is more acidic. You have your cigarette and everything. How does that work? It doesn't work. And if it works, why do you feel the way you feel? Like, you know, if something is supposed to be working, why are you not healthy? Why are you sick? Why do you feel down? Why do you not have energy? If your body is constantly working 24/7 to increase and produce energy, why are you lethargic? Why are you dependent on food? No one is eating as much as we do, but we are the ones who do not have the energy. We need energy shakes and energy drink and energy bars, and we need 10 cups of coffee in a day to keep us going. Why? When our body is naturally supposed to, you know, it's capable of producing energy, why are we so dependent on a pill or on a shake or on some tea? Have it, enjoy it, no one is denying that, but don't be dependent on it, okay? Because your body can naturally do these things. So your immunity, your inflammation, healing the pain, aches and wound, taking care of your brain, taking care of stress, depression, anxiety, it's miraculous. Every cell of your body heals when you are fasting. The cell have a natural mechanism of dying. It is known as cell apoptosis. The cell can naturally self-regulate death if they are, you know, diseased or dysregulated. But it does not take place when you're constantly feeding them. So what your body is going to do is basically, now that you're not eating, your body is going to save energy, okay? How does it save energy? It will start just, you know, like just cleansing the system and redoing the system and just making sure that if there is anything that can be rejuvenated or redirected, it will do that, because now it has more space. Also, the stem cell regeneration increases when you're fasting, which has everything to do with your immunity and your immune system. So many people's cough, cold and mucus and everything is just taken care of with just fasting. So it's brilliant. I highly recommend it. The best thing would be circadian rhythm fasting. That would be your sunset to sunrise. If you want to push it to 13, take it to 13, 14, 15, 16. Make sure when you are eating, you get your nutrition, because when you're eating only 2 meals in a day, you have to take care of the nutrition. And I'm not saying macro, I am saying micronutrients, okay? So even if you don't want to lose weight, and if you just want to gain health, start with fasting, and it's brilliant. And it's so easy because most of the times we are sleeping, okay? So if you're someone who's sleeping at 12 in the night, it's going to be a task for you. But for everyone else who has integrated this as a part of their lifestyle, where they sleep before midnight and they get in their beauty sleep and magical sleep, medicinal sleep, it works brilliantly for you. It's very natural. We are equipped to do it. You don't need anything but a great mindset, and we should all do it. I'm going to post a section of question segment tomorrow on my IG. I'm going to take in the questions. Send in your queries. You can also put the queries in the comment section down below. I will go through it, and I'll make another video where I'll get back to all of the answers if you have any questions. Until then, fast, pray, just breathe, and have a beautiful, beautiful evening.